you're 29, better looking in 10 years' time at 39? Into the mic.
I don't know.
Well, yeah, I'm asking you what you think, though.
I don't know.
Yeah, I understand you might not know, but what do you think?
I don't know. That's my thoughts.
Okay, I understand, but what if you had a guess?
I don't know.
That's cool. Let's say there was a bullet to your, or a gun to your head. There's a gun to your head, and they're like, you have to answer the question, but if you don't, we're pulling the trigger.
But that's the answer to the question. I
Just
don't
to be clear,
know.
you'd rather like end your life than just answer the question, even if it's a guess?
Why?
By the way,
Why do I get all the hypotheticals?
That wasn't a threat, by the way.
No, like what is happening right now?
Because you just don't answer the question.
I don't know.
I don't know is an answer too, right?
No,
Yeah.
it's not. It literally isn't, though.
But I really don't know.
Why is it not?
Well, okay, here, fine. I'll ask some clarifying
10
questions.
years ago, I looked worse than I do now. So I don't know.
Okay, cool. Well, given the trend of you looking better now versus 10 years ago, is that trend going to continue?
Who wants to say it?
Cool. Let me ask you a question. In terms of physical appearance, do you find people who are like 100 years old, are they typically better looking than, I don't know if you've seen like old like photos of somebody when they're 100 versus when they were like 20 or 30 or something? Are they typically better when they're 20 or 30 or when they're 100?
Of course, they have change in appearance.
Yeah, what are those changes?
I mean, to society, they'd say negatively changed, they've aged. But you said 10 years. There are people who look amazing at 35, 40,
sure. But I'm not asking you if you'll still be good looking in 10 years. That's not the question. I'm not asking you if you'll still be attractive. I'm simply asking, you're currently 29. At 39 in 10 years' time, will you be more attractive, just as attractive, or less attractive?
There are people currently now who look better at 39 than they did at 29.
Yeah,
and there are people who look worse, though. You saying better?
No, but
worse or better?
I'm asking you about you.
Gravity.
I don't know.
Okay, how about this? like if let's say you had $100,000, and here are the two betting options. One is X person going to look better at the age of 30 or 100, and you're a betting person. Like, you might say, well, it's possible for somebody to be better looking at 100 than they are at 30. I mean, maybe that might not even be your position. If you had to put your money on better looking at 30 versus better looking at 100, which one do you pick?
If we're going to have a debate, let's make sure the ages stay the same. So when you first asked me, you said 10 years time. If you said 100, I would have said, oh, I'm most likely going to look worse than I do now at 100 years old.
I'm just trying to see if you can come to a delineation when it comes to, like, yes, people tend to look worse as they age, generally speaking.
Generally speaking, yes, but you didn't ask me generally.
Here, let me ask it in a different way that maybe she'll answer it. If it's possible for you to look worse than you do now or better, and you have command over it, what will you choose to do if you could act on it? I would
like to look better than I do.
Okay, so if you would like to look better than you do, and you thought, well, I'm going to commit to doing it, do you think you will look better if you thought you're going to commit to that? Do you think right now you will look better, given that you just said you want to? If you've acted on that want, are you saying that you will look better in 10 years?
I don't know.
All right, here. How about this? Let's do 20 years' time. So you're 29, better looking at 49 than now at 29.
49, almost 50?
Yeah.
I think there does become a stopping age where it's just like regardless of what you do. So, I don't know.
Okay, here's another way of asking it. How long do you think you'll keep posting the types of pictures that you do on the internet? Do you think you'll be posting those pictures in 10 years?
There's something for everyone. So, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. So, how about 30 years' time? Better looking at 59 than now at 29.
Like I said, there is a stopping point where regardless of what you do, naturally gravity will take its course. So.
Yeah, do you want to just answer the question, though?
I don't. No, like that's my answer. I'm giving you
Wait,
my
just to
answer.
be clear, you genuinely don't know.
Most likely,
Hold on.
generally
you
speaking.
Don't, hold on. You don't know if in 30 years' time, at 59, 1 year away from 60, you don't know if you're going to be worse looking, better looking, or the same as you do now?
Listen.
I won't look the same. That's for sure. I'll look different.
What are the differences that are going to occur?
I don't know.
No, but like, okay, what have you noticed when you look at somebody who's older?
Like I said, I look better than I did 10 years ago.
Do you have a famous?
Black, right?
Do you have a famous actor that you like?
No.
Halle Berry,
Yes.
Johnny Depp,
Beautiful.
Brad Pitt.
Holly Berry's beautiful. I'm
Okay.
aware of Holly Berry. She's from Ohio too.
That's great. So have you ever? And you're 29, right? So maybe you've been watching like movies and TV shows for like over 2 decades, probably. You've probably seen some of your favorite actors age. Typically, are these actors like 20, 30 years down the line? Are they better looking?
Ashanti looks fucking amazing. I just want to say that. And I'm pretty sure she's pushing 45.
I thought you said Aaliyah. I was like, that she's dead.
Do you think Madonna looks good?
She's had surgery, so we don't know how she would have naturally looked.
She does.
I feel like
She does look better than before. Have
She
you seen
does.
her?
Yeah, she looks
I
like
don't
a.
know what she did,
she-
but man, she looks like 30 years
Who?
young. Madonna.
She just said Madonna looks good right now.
I mean,
See how you could
hasn't
just
looked
not
good
know
since-
what's going to take place? You just don't know.
All right.
I feel like
she
you.
definitely doesn't
I
look her
feel like
age.
you do kind of
Let's say
know
the
because
point.
it's like with old people, you talk about them like they're a jalopy. Like there's nothing you can do. You know what I'm saying?
I think at a certain age, there is like a stopping point. But he's
Yeah.
saying 10 years from now. That's the question. 10 years from
I
now.
was moving around.
Yeah. So, 100 years, absolutely. I don't think I
All
will.
right, and then final thing for you. You're 29. If we go back 10 years, better looking at 19 versus now at 29.
I looked worse.
So you're better looking now.
Yeah.
What were some of the changes that occurred? Because you know how you look now. You know how you looked at 19. So perhaps we can get some definitives on that.
I didn't take good care of my body. I was extremely skinny. My hair was a lot shorter. My skin, I had a whole bunch of acne.
Wait,
I
so you
didn't,
gained weight.
yeah. And in my cultural beliefs, that's a good thing. So, just want to put that out there.
How skinny were you?
I was 116.
And how tall are you?
I'm 5'5".
Your weight, what? You said 160 or
116.
and she's 5'5".
you're 116 now?
No.
Oh,
I was
back-
116 before, yeah.
Tiffany, don't you have something on like? I saw that you post something recently about.
Yeah.
What is it?
I would consider that a glow down, just personally.
A what?
A glow down. Because you gained weight.
glow down.
Yeah.
I
Depends
just learned the
on
word.
where the proportions
Wait, but
go.
no, Tiffany, didn't you say? What
a
did you
new
say about
word.
like you wanting to be thin? Or can you explain that?
Yeah, my goal is to lose weight.
You don't want to have an ass
So
or boobs?
Super
So you
skinny.
want to glow down. You don't want to glow up.
That's a glow up for me.
Would be for
Getting-
her
How
to
is it
lose
different
weight.
Getting
for her?
skinny.
How's it different
I'm just
for her?
saying from my perspective, I consider that a glow down.
And for mine, if you got to your goal, it'd be glow down.
Okay.
Wait,
I
from
don't
you're saying,
care.
from your perspective, if she got skinnier, it would be a glow down.
glow down.
Yeah.
Okay, you want to see her thick Tiffany is what you're saying.
I think she just wants to see her
You want-
healthy.
And
No,
I'd
think she's
also
perfect
add,
as she is.
Yeah, right.
yeah.
Like I don't think she really need. I mean, like
Yeah.
she said,
She
if
doesn't
she
need
would
to
like
lose
to,
weight.
then so what? But I think she's fine as she is. And
So if she
long
lost
as
more
she's
weight,
healthy,
you're saying she would be less
I
attractive.
think it would negate from how she is now. Yes.
and I'd also
How do you feel
add
about
Am I
that,
not
Tiffany?
entitled to my own beauty standards? Like, why are you trying
I
to
didn't
shame
say
me?
you want. You were just doing that to her.
well,
you did kind of just shame me.
well, I was just sharing my opinion.
and I was sharing mine. You were just
I
doing
mean,
it.
yeah, because you were offended by what I said.
I wasn't offended. It wasn't. You didn't say it to me.
No, you said that. You
cat
said you consider that as a glow down.
Yeah, and then you got offended by
And
what I
that's
said
what
about
she-
her,
and she
and
says-
then
I was saying the same thing you said to her. So
This is why women.
Wait, Tiffany, are you
What
gonna?
I said. So
What?
you obviously got offended.
That's no. That's
Look, let me
What do
just
you
say
mean?
this. Some women do look
Semantics.
better skinnier, and some women do look better thicker. I happen to look better thicker.
If you like to know, the standard for men is essentially this is why age does matter. Is that when we ask, when we're asking about looks from a male perspective, deep down inside we're actually looking at like fertility, like can you provide us children?
Yes.
So I do agree that health is considered for sure in that, but looks are too, and so is age. So it's all sort of like bundled together.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you can give like an exact thing of like that's the pinnacle of a beauty and health. There's probably some standard, but when you ask men, what we're really looking for is your ability to give us children. And the reason this question is asked so much is because a lot of the cultural aspects we talk about with women's behavior, pornography, liberation, all of these things, when women sort of like dedicate their lives to like 10, 15 years of liberation, they actually waste the time where you're actually the 10 for the men. Does that make sense? That's when we're actually looking to find you and settle down with you and have kids, but you kind of miss that window, and a lot of women are missing that window for really bad reasons.
To your boomer standards?
Boomer, yeah, to my boomer.
Tiffany, do you want to respond to Tiffany? I think you need to respond to Sammy here.
To
Her.
what?
There's a little. Do you think what? Do you want to say anything to Sammy? She was saying that you're too thin.
That is
I mean,
not what
all I
said.
was saying is
is not
that
what I
she
said. That is
seems
not
to
what
get
I
really
said.
offended.
She said you were too thin.
No, she didn't.
I didn't say that.
I mean,
you
that
just
was-
said that.
No,
you
but
just said
she
that.
said that.
You said fine. If she put on a bit of weight, it would be a glow down.
Was matching the energy
or
that
wait,
she just
no,
gave
it would
her.
be a glow up. Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
No, she
Wait.
said if she loses weight,
yes.
it's a glow down.
That's a glow up for her. That's what she said.
There's
She
no.
prefers-
They're saying there's no such thing as a glow up and a
Are
glow
you
down.
calling
Yeah.
Tiffany fat?
What?
Did you call her fat?
No, she called
don't
herself
think
fat.
So. She called herself fat because she wants to lose the weight. Apparently.
Yeah.
She's getting
I
way
didn't say
too
nothing
political.
about that. I said
I
she looks
think, no,
fine.
I think I'm pretty skinny, but I just want to be skinnier.
She wants
That's
to be
fine.
skinnier.
You can
yeah,
look
why
like
are
a
you
damn
hating?
orb if you
what's
want.
Wrong
I
with,
don't
what's wrong
care,
if
bro.
Tiffany wants to be a little skinnier? Huh?
She can.
Sammy?
Like I said,
and
she
you
could
just
be an
said that I
orb
called
flying
myself
by.
fat, but I never did.
I literally don't care, bro. I was just doing the same thing that you did.
You
to
gonna let her call her
because-
bro?
Why
You
can't
gonna
I
let her call you? Is she your bro? Bro?
Wait, I have a question. How would you know the threshold of when it's a glow down for her?
How would she with her? That was
That's a good
matching the
question.
Same energy,
Say-
that's
yeah,
all.
but I just want to know how would
I
you know?
wasn't
Tiffany, how do
saying
you
it in
know?
a standpoint because that was how I felt. I
Okay,
said
that's
it
fine.
because I wanted
You were
her
mirroring
to,
her.
Exactly.
Okay. How would you know it's a glow up or glow down for her?
Based on her BMI, I guess.
Wouldn't that technically-
I would consider. I would
decent
consider if you lose, go below 16.5, I would consider that a glow down.
Okay.
But I think 116 for a 5'5" is like about average or maybe slightly below average, like weight wise, like underweight.
Yeah, it's underweight.
Right, that's like slightly underweight for 5'5". I think like ideally.
Yeah, it is.
What would be
It
a-
would be too skinny.
Tiffany,
Yeah,
what would
and
be a
that's exactly
glow
what
up
she
for
said.
Sammy?
Huh?
What would be a glow up for Sammy?
Are you even okay with that question?
I can
I think
honestly
she
care
is.
less. I think I'm just fine how I am.
In terms of weight,
Like, what do you think is a glow up for Sammy?
like in terms of how
Like,
much weight she should lose, or
Yeah.
what?
what do you?
Well, I don't know her weight, so I don't know.
I mean, just like eyeballing it, I guess.
What's her BMI?
Are you like studying nutrition?
Yeah, right.
I'm into that kind of stuff, but
Oh
Is it-
yeah.
She's
Okay,
into
you
it.
can tell me then, because
Go ahead.
I'm 4'10" and weigh 93.
I mean, honestly, that's a bit heavy, to be honest.
Oh my God, are you dead ass?
No, he's not. He's being
It's a
sarcastic.
little-
She's
you should probably join Weight Watchers.
Actually,
to be
my
honest.
underweight limit is if I hit under 75, that's bad.
Okay, I can get on board. I
Yeah,
can get on
that's-
board with that.
Yeah, so I'm
But-
fine, honestly. I'm in the middle.
I
Wait,
just feel like you should.
you're
lay off
4'10"?
the
Yeah.
hamburgers and burritos.
Not offensive, but isn't that legally?
It's legally
you
a dwarf,
dwarf?
but I don't.
I was
have,
gonna. Thank you for
I don't
saying
have a
that.
disorder though. I'm just that short.
That's so cute.
when I saw